Sandy with Little House on Metairie. Welcome to my home. If you're new here, I just wanted to introduce myself, and if you are coming back to visit me, thank you so much. Today I am in my kitchen and I am kicking off my Fall 2023 Decorate With Me series. I am so excited to go room to room and transform my home for the fall season. So in the kitchen today, I'm going to be using some copper tones, and we're going to be placing some of the DIYs that I recently did for my channel. So if you haven't watched those, I will link them here. So go check those out. But today we're going to be using some of those DIYs that we did together, and I cannot wait to show you guys how it all turns out. So without further ado, let's get to decorating. So when I start decorating my kitchen for the different holidays, I like to start with my tablescape. But before we do that, I'm going to add this beautiful swag garland, and I'm going to drape it halfway around this clock. So I am using a staple gun to attach it. We actually did this DIY accent wall with some fence boards. So the more holes, the more character to me it adds. I am so eager to start building this tablescape for fall, guys. It's amazing how all of these things came together. So my husband, while thrifting, I have to give him kudos. He is the one who found this beauty, and it just kind of took off from there, and everything I found after that just matched it perfectly, even down to some thrifted napkins that I did a DIY on, which I'll show you guys later. So I'm just adding these placemats that I picked up from Hobby Lobby. I think it was like 2 years ago, but they were really inexpensive, and they came in a set of 8. So they are just going to match perfectly here, bringing in this warm tone to the table. Next, I'm going to layer these copper colored chargers I bought from Hobby Lobby years ago. Before we finish the table settings, I'm going to add the center that I'm going to build our centerpiece out of. This basket was actually given to me years ago, and I have used this all over my house for so many different things. It's just such a great basket. So next, I'm going to layer these Dollar Tree plates. It's not something that I would have normally gravitated towards, but they are going to work perfectly for this table setting. Before we add the napkins, let's decorate the centerpiece. So I'm adding this swag that actually matches the garland that I put on the clock earlier. So it's going to tie in those colors here. And then I'm going to add some thrifted candlesticks that you might recognize from my thrift haul. I actually had bought these candlesticks before even seeing this table runner and remembering I had those Dollar Tree plates. So it is just so crazy how all this came together so nicely. And normally I would not have bought these because they have birds on them, and I normally don't gravitate to decorating for birds unless it's spring. So I am so grateful that I bought them and how it all comes together. As you see, I added the candle holders inside of the basket. I just want them to be a part of the centerpiece instead of on the sides. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to start adding lots of picks, lots of florals all around the arrangement. I want it to be nice and full, and I think it's going to tie in so well with the colors in the candlesticks. A lot of these florals were either given to me, thrifted, bought from Hobby Lobby, and believe it or not, a lot of these beauties came from the Dollar Tree. If you look often enough, you usually find a good floral here and there. So I'm going to add a mixture of pumpkins with different colors, styles, and textures. Some of these came from Hobby Lobby, but the majority of them came from the Target spot or Dollar Tree. I'm ready to add this Thrifted Beauty that I did a DIY on it with the napkin method. I'll link it here if you missed that video, but it is so fun and easy to just decoupage some beautiful napkins that you find on different items. And here I did these beautiful leaves. So for the finishing touch to the centerpiece, I'm going to actually add these sunflower napkin rings. I used these a couple of years ago on my tablescape, and I thought they'd bring a lot of texture and warmth to this arrangement. So when I grabbed some gold candles from Goodwill, I was so excited to use them here, but they did melt because I left them in my car too long. So I almost switched them out with some orange ones, but I really wanted gold here. So I'm just using this Tiki Tack, or I see it's called tacky. I'm not sure the technical name, but that's what we used to call it when I taught school. So that kind of holds it in place instead of like saran wrap or bubble wrap, which is what I use sometimes as well. I'm placing each of these little cups that I bought from Dollar Tree last year here in front of each place setting. Napkins that I originally had in mind to use behind the backdrop of some thrifted ones. I could not find all 6 of them, so we had to improvise and go get some from Hobby Lobby. But I think these will look just as pretty. They're going to bring in more of the copper tones. And then I'm going to use these cute leaf napkin holders. I bought these last year for my tablescape, and I think they'll work again. And then if you recognize, these were the DIY Dollar Tree transfers that I thrifted. That I decorated with these thrifted napkins. So I'm going to put these copper ones as the backdrop, and then we're going to place the thrifted ones on top, and then you'll see how it all comes together. I think it came out so beautiful. I am going to continue to make 6 place settings with these napkins. I put the candle holders inside. I decided to add these cute roosters that were actually given to me by our late pop, so I cherish them so much. If you watch my DIY video, you will recognize this beauty. I made this with the napkin decoupage method on a clearance item that I picked up at Mordell's. Watch any of my other Decorate With Me videos for fall. My husband actually came home with free decor, and we actually went back and got some more stuff from 2 trailers full of just holiday decor. So this vase was in there and it already had the beautiful burlap bow, so I thought that the colors would match well. So I'm just going to add a few florals inside of it. Next, I'm adding this beautiful vase that was also thrifted this year, if you recognize it from my fall Thrift With Me haul. I love the colors in it, and I think it's going to match well right here. And then I'm putting that second thrifted DIY leaf, and this one was also done with the napkin method. Nestling this rattan pumpkin in between the vases, and then we're going to add a beautiful scarf. I love this scarf and I love the color, so I think it's going to go well decorated right here. So on this old chair that we found in our attic when we bought our home, I'm adding this beautiful blanket that I found at home. I love the colors and I knew it would match the candlesticks and the vase almost perfectly. Next, I'm adding this orange and white checkered pillow that was also picked up at home. Then I'm adding this lumbar pillow that I bought from Hobby Lobby last year. Let's decorate the basket above the chair. I just went to my bins of florals and picks and just grabbed a few that I thought would work really well right here with the color scheme. Next, I'm going to add these 2 pine cones. They actually have little stems, so I can kind of manipulate them around the basket. But I just wanted it to look like I picked up this basket and collected some things in nature from outside. Adding these 2 pumpkins, I thought they would bring a lot of texture here. My original plan when I bought this sign from the Dollar Tree was to make a wreath for my front porch, but I ran out of time. So I think I'm just going to detach it, and it's still really cute. I wanted to add it here to the basket. Inside the vase on the stairs landing, I'm just going to add these picks inside of it, and then I'm going to go get a candle holder stand, and then I'm just going to add a little pumpkin and keep it simple right here. The candle holder and the candle I've had for years, but this pumpkin I bought last year from Hobby Lobby, and I think it'll match perfectly right here. This side of the kitchen, we have an antique phone, so I wanted to add these 2 bird plates above it. I bought these plates from Hobby Lobby last year. And on top of the phone, if you might recognize this thrifted candle holder, and I'm just putting an orange candle inside of it. Before we finish decorating the kitchen, let's make a really quick and easy simmering pot fall recipe. So the first thing I'm adding is 4 cups of water. So we're actually going to make an apple pie simmering pot because my treat bar this year is pumpkin spice and apple pie. So I thought that this recipe would match perfectly with that theme. So after adding the 4 cups of water, you're just going to take some apples. I'm using 2 of them, and you're just going to slice them pretty thin, and we're just going to lay them inside the water. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract to the pot. To finish off the recipe, I'm adding 4 cinnamon sticks. So now let's add the simmering pot to the stove, and while it warms up, let's decorate this spice rack above it. So I'm adding these cute thrifted acorns, little salt and pepper shakers, first to the center of the spice rack because I just think these are absolutely adorable. So next I'm going to add these really cute Born salt and pepper shakers. These were actually in our free stuff. I had 2 sets of these. So I put one in the family room and I'm going to add these here. To the stove, I'm just taking down this cutting board arrangement and adding this cute sign that I picked up from Dollar General last year. So last year at Hobby Lobby on clearance, I bought this metal planter box, and I actually just decided to put it in my kitchen right here and just decorate it for the different seasons. And I am adding this beautiful apron that I bought from Home Goods. It matched the napkins that I bought at Mordell's to me perfectly. The basket, I'm adding this kitchen conversion sign that I bought from a local Goodwill, this oven mitt that I bought from Dollar General, and then this really cute rolling pin that came from Hobby Lobby. Front of the oven, I'm adding 2 of these really cute kitchen towels. Both were bought this year at Home Goods. Bought these canisters from Pop Shelf for 50% off, and I'm just adding some cute little pumpkin pasta inside of it, and to the other some flour. The counter on this side of the sink, I'm adding the canisters, and then I'm adding this Thrifted book, and then I'm putting this adorable canister that I also found while thrifting this year, and then I'm adding this precious little copper acorn that I also bought at Pop Shelf, and then I'm just adding one more cookbook here. Of the cookbooks, I'm adding this adorable glass that I found while thrifting. I wish I would have found more, but I thought it would match really cute right here. I'm adding some little wheat picks and then a small wooden spoon. In front of my sink, if you saw my videos prior to this, I have a beautiful ledge with some windows, and I love to decorate it. So I am switching out the white vase that I had there for the summer months with this beautiful basket, and I am just going to make a quick and easy floral arrangement. I just again went and grabbed some florals that I've had for years and years. A lot of these were purchased from Hobby Lobby, Michael's, or Dollar Tree. If this is your first time here, we were actually blessed with a whole bunch of free holiday decor that my husband's co-worker's family was getting rid of. So they had a huge bin full of these stands. So I went ahead and painted it with this metallic gold paint, which is the paint that I use for a lot of my DIYs for fall this year. And I added this Dollar General sign, and next to it I'm just putting back our soaps, and then this beautiful copper pitcher. I'm going to put some wheat stems inside of it, and then we'll finish decorating the rest of the windowsill for fall. This leaf plate that I've had for years. It's even chipped, but I love it. So I'm putting it here in the center, and I'm just adding a scrub brush and then some sponges. And then I'm also putting a sponge DIY cleaner that I like to make. I am a certified aromatherapist, and I love to make natural products to use around my home. So I'll link the recipe below in case you missed that video of me making some DIYs for my kitchen. And I'll link also that video directly so that you can go watch it if you're interested. So as you see, I went ahead and added another one of these copper acorns back here on the windowsill, and I love how this area turned out. So on the countertop on this side of the sink, I'm adding another one of these beautiful canisters with the copper top that was 50% off from Pop Shelf, another free cookbook stand, and then I'm just putting a beautiful cookbook that'll match the fall colors here. I'm adding the last copper sign that I told you about from Hobby Lobby above the sink. Two more kitchen towels here to the drying rack. These both came from Home Goods. And then I'll give you a sneak peek up here on the windowsill one last time before we decorate the rest of the kitchen. Before we finish decorating the rest of the kitchen, I just wanted to give you guys a peek. I wish that you could smell the simmering pot recipe. I will again link the recipe below. It is just filling the beautiful aroma of fall throughout my kitchen. A couple of years ago, I DIY'd this cornucopia. It is so old. I still have to kind of hot glue some pieces back in because that's how old it is. But I thought it would look pretty up here, tying in the colors of the kitchen to the top of the refrigerator. In front of the cornucopia, I'm adding this beautiful jug. Last thing I'm going to add up here is this copper pumpkin that I bought from Hobby Lobby a couple of years ago. It actually had a silver top, but for this year I wanted to antique wax it brown. And then I'm going to add one of my favorite LED pillar candles that I get from Amazon. Last thing that we're going to decorate in our kitchen today is this mini island, and I thought that this little thrifted basket, which I absolutely love the color, would look really cute with some apples in it, and it would also encourage us to eat an apple a day, hopefully. To the basket, I'm adding this adorable Blessed cutting board. It came as a set from the Dollar Tree for $3 for the cutting board and a tiny little cheese spreader. I also added this little mini dish and spatula that I picked up from Home Goods this year, and I'm lighting this pumpkin orange candle. With kiddos, it's not going to stay like this for long, but I thought it'd be fun just to add a few leaves that I've collected from our yard. We don't usually have a lot that turns colors, so when I find and spot a few, I usually pick them up. And then I'm going to go ahead and switch out this pie dish because I forgot about this beautiful bowl, and my son had collected some pecans, so I put a few inside. Hopefully we'll collect some more, and then I'm going to add a final kitchen towel that matches the one on the stove. And then, guys, we will be all done for today. We had a lot to decorate here in the kitchen today, friends. And if you stuck around with me to the end, thank you so much. I hope that I gave you lots of ideas and inspiration for your own home. That is always my goal here at Little House on Metairie. Please consider liking and subscribing to my channel and hit that notification bell. Let me know that you stopped by and what was your favorite part of decorating today in the comments below. We are going to be doing a part 2 together where we're going to decorate a treat bar with a pumpkin spice and apple pie theme. as you just saw, and then I'll give you a full room tour of my kitchen, all decked out for the fall season. And then we're going to decorate some other rooms in my home, including my porch, before we start transitioning into the Christmas season. So until next time, friends, bye for now.